Gossiping culture is all over the world. You know, this drama, entertainment culture, the concept of it is everywhere. It's on TV. People love drama. People love the entertainment.
Yeah.
And in places like India and Pakistan and like these brown or like Asian countries, but this auntie culture, people are genuinely terrified of aunties. But in Malawi, it's also the uncles because they gossip just as much. So, like, there's people legitimately terrified of even going out and breathing and doing anything in public because they'll get back to their family, and families care less about what you're actually doing, or even if they know that you're doing it, they're not okay if other people know because other people are going to talk about you and your family, and this whole sense of reputation, and it's just remember like a couple of weeks ago when this when I say old man, I mean grandfather level, like as old as my grandfather, is sending my grandfather a TikTok video of me doing a parody, which is obviously a joke and it's hilarious because I mean, pretty funny. But like telling her, look, this is what your granddaughter is doing.
I really laughed so hard at that.
I mean, it's funny. Obviously, to your parents and your family, when it's happening, they don't see the humor because they're like in the situation and they've grown up in that their whole life. So it's kind of like sad. And I'm just like, I get worried for them because I don't want them to be stressed out and, you know, get sucked into that hole. But they are there, you know. And what I learned long term is that if you continue to care about what everyone thinks, including like your own family, like if you're worried about every single person's opinion,
happy, that's for sure.
Never, you can't. Like you just can't. Like it's just not possible. I've tried because I know this because I've tried. You know, I've literally tried to live my life according to other people's rules, and I was miserable. Every day, you know.
You know what's really funny?
When
someone gossips about you, says some really, really nasty shit, and that someone that they're talking to is like a really good friend of yours or as family of yours, and they end up coming over to yours and telling you exactly what this person said. And this person that is talking to your like friend or your family member is actually like someone you hang out with and someone you speak to. And first of all, you're just like, whoa, stab in the back, first of all. Second of all, you're like, okay, you know what? I want to keep the peace. Let's just like not say anything. I don't want to get into a war here. So you just continue on as though, you know, you haven't heard anything. You have to, you know, kiss cheeks, hug each other, pretend like nothing's happened. But like how?
That's the worst though. That's the worst. You know, when we live in a community and you're just supposed to, like, even family members. When you know, like, all of these family members are snakes.
Yes, all of you are snakes.
And you're forced to go and see people and you're just like, I don't like you. I don't like you. We don't vibe. I know you talk shit about me. You made my life miserable growing up. You bullied me my entire life. And then you have to go and you be like, how are you? Oh my God, what's new?
And honestly, it's so bitchy, okay? And
really?
Yes,
really?
I'm a mother.
It's
18-month-old child.
Straight up bitchy.
All right, Alu. But yeah, it's just, it makes me so like, I don't even have the words for people like that. And you know what's even funnier? When they say something and 5 minutes later you get told that that person that you were just speaking about had said something about you. Like literally it's I don't even have words for it, Alia. I genuinely have no words.
I know, but that's the thing though. That's what I want to bring up, that all of us have done it. All of us have been there, especially like you know, like looking back to our childhoods, being teenagers, growing up in an environment like that, you end up becoming like that. Like I've seen people who are like not like that completely get married into families where the partner is like that, the family is like that, and they become an exact copy because you become a product of your environment, right?
Yeah.
But then talking about it and explaining it even for the younger generation. And, you know, bullying is something that's talked about so often and it's looked down at so much now. And bullying is looked at as like, oh, you know, younger kids at school do it and it's not right. And, you know, like when your children get bullied, you don't like it. It's not a nice feeling. And, you know, teaching kids about bullying and how wrong it is and how it affects people and all of that stuff. But gossiping is a form of bullying.
It's honestly, it's so hurtful because you think that these people are your friends, okay? You think that these people, you know, care for you and love you and, you know, that they're actually genuine, and you start hearing about, you know, all this negativity that they have to say about you, and you just makes you question, you know, and it's really hurtful, and it's not fun, and it's not nice. It's not something that we should be encouraging. It's not something that we should be doing, and it doesn't benefit anyone, first of all. Honestly.
But what I realized that it's so easy. It's so easy because obviously living far away for so long, doing, you know, work on myself, you know, changing from the inside out, going on a whole spiritual journey where it's not just the outside, you know, up, down, kiss the ground prayer every day. It's an actual true connection from the inside out, and watching your thoughts, watching your actions, watching your behavior, you know, changing your personality where it's not cool to be a bitch. Because I was a straight up bitch when I was younger, and I
Same.
Exactly, I know you were. And those elements still come out in us, you know, because it's so ingrained. Now, I didn't grow up a bitch. I was a shy, kind, really sweet child. But because I got bullied so much, my mom taught me to toughen up. And I can't lie, it helped me in a lot of situations, you know, standing up for myself, drawing those boundaries. And then obviously it gives you like this sense of power, because that's also really good with words. So if anyone came and like tried to with me, I was just like, bring it, let's go. You know, so sometimes when you're like taking the high road, you're just like, oh, I have so many good things to say right now. But it's also, you know, me and you, we wrote a book, we're doing coaching, and it's called Heal Now. After we've been on through this whole journey, and we've come to we've come to a stage in life where we've been through this healing journey. We realize how many people are hurting, and we want to help other people who are hurting. And so many people's trauma and insecurities and issues with themselves that they carry into their daily lives, that affect the way they are in relationships, in being a parent, in doing whatever, is because of the bullying that they had to endure themselves, you know? Exactly. And
their own like insecurities, their own feelings of like unworthiness, you know, like having self-confidence issues, projecting. A lot of the times you're just projecting, you know, and you know there's always something going on behind the scenes.
So what's the solution? What is the solution to gossiping? What is the solution to bullying?
If you're about to say something that you know, okay, for with regards to gossiping, if you're about to say something and you had that person in front of you, would you say it? If you're about to say something about a person and you're imagining them in front of you, would you say that sentence, or would you say what it is that you're going to say in front of them? And honestly,
that's the thing though, like the younger generation wouldn't, because it's straight out gossiping. But the older generation, they're really, you know, the cheeks of them. A lot of them would, you know, especially those aunties. You know, the brown aunties are straight up, you know, out there with the jabs and the comments, and it's just like, and it affects you.
The probability of what you have to say that is negative reaching that person in like a community that we come from, like a small,
It's 100%.
100%.
No matter who you say it to. Like, even if you're my friend and you're talking shit about me to your best friend,
Yeah.
I will know, honey. I will know.
One way or the other. So maybe, you know, we could send them this video for starters and ask them and be like, hey, if you had that person that you're about to just talk shit about in front of you, would you say that thing? And all of the time, it's a big fat no. So don't say it because it's hurtful, it's mean, and it does no good for anybody. No good for you, no good for that person, no good for...
Okay, but why is it so, why do people love it so much? Like, we've been there. We've done that for such a long time. Why did we enjoy it so much?
It's like a fix. It's entertainment, right? Like, I always say that there's three types of people. You know, there's people that talk about people, there's people that talk about events, and then there's people that talk about ideas. And so it's just one form of entertainment in conversation, right? Like, obviously,
I really feel like those are like steps of consciousness as well.
people, events, and then ideas. So yeah, definitely. Like, it's just a matter of raising your consciousness. That's what we are doing here. What we ourselves have done, we have risen in consciousness, and we're sharing that message with everyone else that, you know, it's time to elevate, it's time to grow, it's time to recognize, like, are you doing harm or are you doing good?
Me personally, because people know, like, I'm like, you know, and I now teach personal development and spirituality and all that kind of stuff, and they're like, oh, it's not your thing, and they know who I am. So if people know who you are as a person, they're not going to come to you and do that anyway. But if they do that, and you say, I don't do that, the first thing is on you. That you shouldn't judge the other person for doing that, because you're not higher or better than anyone, firstly. Secondly, just back out of a conversation. Say you don't want to have it, you're not going there. If you're in a situation where everyone around you is talking about someone, try and shift the conversation to a better place, to a higher place, you know. And number 3, if you can't do that, honestly, it's so easy to just lock out of the conversation, because when you're gossiping about other people and you're talking shit, that's lowering your vibration as well. So it's not like you're only doing harm to another person, even if that person never finds out, but also you're lowering your vibration. This is affecting you directly.
It is literally affecting your vibration and your energy field. You're lowering your consciousness, you're lowering your vibration. And so ultimately it is, the consequences are upon you, really.
Yeah, no, genuinely, now that I'm so much more sensitive to energy, and I can read energy so much better, I can feel it so much more. When I am in a situation where things like that are happening, or even if I've gone and said something out of habit, I genuinely feel so shitty after. You know, it affects me. Like, I've noticed it affects me. And I feel like people are in this robotic circle of looking outside and not being connected to your soul, to the inside, to the divinity and the values of love and of God, that you're so disconnected that you don't realize how it's actually affecting your soul, how it's affecting you from the inside, because you don't see the effects straight away.